I'd like to open this presentation with a really confronting story that I did about 12 months ago, which will set the backbone to this presentation. First of all, as an AMBO, lots of people say to me or ask me, what's the worst thing that you've ever been to? Everybody thinks we go to spend our whole day at car accidents and looking at blood and gore and all that sort of stuff. Nothing could be further from the truth. That's probably about 5% of our work. 95% of our work is high-level dysfunction, mental health problems, drug, alcohol, workplaces, just when we fail to get the balance right and things go wrong. I think it was about February, the start of this year, I was parked the ambulance at Robina Hospital, about 3 minutes from Robina Town Centre Hospital, from Robina Town Centre Shopping Centre, sorry. And we got a call to say that there was a guy on top of the Kmart car park that was about to threatening to jump. So we get the call, we're about 3 minutes away, and we start rushing to this particular scene. We're about a minute and a half into a very short drive, and we get an update to say 2 ladies already jumped. So for those that might know Robina Town Centre, does anyone know Robina Town Centre on the Gold Coast? This is around the back, around where all the restaurants are and the whole promenade and the lake and all that sort of stuff. He's jumped onto the car park below, right to where the car's sort of coming underneath the underground car park. So he's in full display of a whole lot of people. He's come down, he's clipped his right arm on the metal bar and he's taken his arm off on the way down. That's the scene that presents to us. There's a woman, wrong place at the wrong time, or right place on the right time, however you view life. But there's a woman about to enter that car park and the body just drops straight in front of her car, misses her bonnet by about 1 centimetre. She gets out and starts doing CPR. Ambulance arrives shortly later and we're confronted to this scene. There's people everywhere. It's absolutely madness. Who's got kids in the room? I've got kids too. I've got a 16 and a 14-year-old. There was a 14-year-old there among the crowd with a mobile phone taking images of the scene from here to this table away. I can only assume she's gathering it like some kind of news footage to take back to show her friends, hey, have a look what I've seen today. Isn't it amazing what our phones and mobile devices and things are doing to desensitise us to some pretty horrendous scenarios? If my 14-year-old was doing anything but running the other way, kicking and screaming and crying, I would be absolutely horrified. So we get to the scene. The ambulance knows that this guy's pretty well dead, but we've got a job to do. So we open up his shirt and we put all our pads and all our monitors and things on, and we start doing our stuff. It almost becomes a show for the public. The public expect us to do something rather than just get out and throw a sheet over this guy. So we start doing our thing. We eventually work on him for about 20 minutes before we load him into the back of the ambulance and all gear off and pronounce him dead. Pretty horrendous scenario. This guy was about 42, 43. And I always think to myself at these moments that I know what your family don't know. I know that in the next half an hour, someone's out walking the dog, having a morning coffee, whatever the case may be, and someone's about to get a phone call. The phone call from hell to say your father, your uncle, such and such has done the absolute unthinkable. We get back to the hospital and the ambulance got a lot of work to do as far as paperwork and things like that, and we start going through his medical history. And it starts to tell a bit of a tale. His first appearance at the Robina Hospital was about 7 years prior. He'd split from his wife. He wasn't doing too well, and he went down the hospital and to see one of the psych regs down there to start getting some intervention and some bit of help. Where do I go from here? I'm having trouble here. He goes to work and he's not functioning at work. The bosses are up him. He's not performing. He's not reaching targets and things like that. So he starts to hit kind of like a little spiral. He eventually goes to the doctor, doctor, I can't sleep, doctor, there's some issues going on in my head. So the doctor, in his little 7-minute window, hands him a packet of some antidepressant medications. Everybody familiar with the 7-minute window at the doctor's surgery that's going to diagnose and fix up your life in a handful of minutes, and bang, out you go. So he does that. He also gives him a box of some prescriptions for some Valium for his extra bad days, and out he goes. For the next 7 years, he cycles in and out of despair. He's having his good day, he's having a really bad day. I call it the spiral of life. If up here is the most happy and down here is the most sad, we're all on it. It's just a matter of where we're in the spiral. I'm having a bad day, I'm having a good day. I'm having a bad day, I'm having a good day. I'm having a bad day, I'm having a really bad day. I'm having an antidepressant day, I'm having a wife's left me day. I'm having an alcohol booze day, until eventually I get to a point where I'm 10'6" and bulletproof. I get totally numb and I can do the unthinkable. I can walk up with 4 kids, 8, 12, 13 and 14, and I can jump off. Do you think we're all capable? Do you think we're all capable of doing the unthinkable?